Classes in session. A St. Louis man just won $1 million on the scratch off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How do you feel about stuff like that? I come from a very humble background, but
Right.
it's burned into my brain from like my family.
Mm-hmm.
All my parents would talk about it. Oh, I can't. If I win the lottery, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and they talk about it all the time. They still to this day. And
So
my
I
thing
actually
is
have
like,
family members that won the lottery.
oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy shit. I'm listening though.
But like, my thing is like, I've never had any like in my weak parts of my mind. I'm like, yeah, that'd be great. But it's like, nah, there's something about growing it.
Yes, it stays a lot longer.
Because if you don't know how to keep it, like that 100 million or because it'll go so fast and it'll break you.
Right. So people want the $100 million without the wisdom that comes with it. And it's like getting the burger without the fries. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a full meal. You know what I mean? Like, so to have $100 million and don't have the wisdom behind it, it's only a death trap. It's only illogical, right?
Yeah, and it's sad because I mean it gets you out of your situation. Like in short term, in a year, yeah, your life's gonna look different, but in 20 years, man, you're gonna be out of it, dude.
Right. Just think about it. Having $100 million, if you earned your way up to $100 million, you learned a whole lot about taxes. You learned a whole lot about residual income. You learned a lot about of assets, and you learned a whole lot about I would say depreciating assets, right? Like, so I should say liability. Let's just call it that, right? But if you just got it in one day, the majority of people are going to be buying liabilities, right? First thing, you ask somebody if they want $100 million, what they're going to buy? Lamborghini, Rolls Royce, and a big mansion. And it's only two of them.
Mm-hmm.
They got 8 cars and there's only 2 of them. The cars are going to depreciate because they're not going to buy the old models. They're going to buy the new models.
Yep.
And then the mansion, you're not using that full mansion. It's not enough people to fill up that mansion. But yet you're throwing, I would say, a mansion, 500,000 square feet, your electric bill is $600.
That's on the light end, but yeah.
Right. So on the light end, you probably got a water feature.
Yeah.
Your water bill is going to be around, I would say, roughly in Missouri, right?
Yep.
$1,500. Your water bill, because you got a water feature that's constantly going and some stuff. Your landscaping, you got a lot of land on that house.
Yeah, it's like you ain't you're
Right,
not mowing your own grass at that point.
Like you're better off buying $1 million condo than buying $1 million house.
Yeah,
but you don't know that.
And it's the same story even with like ball players. Same thing. It's like winning the lottery for them, which I get because you struggle and hey, you got this ticket and you won, but it's just like, man, what does it do to you? Because you've seen people that win the lottery, but also people that have got drafted and they got their $1 million.
And they blew the $1 million before they even dribbled the damn ball.
Like, yeah, and it's just like, and that you could be set up. But yeah, there's things that you learn. It's so important that you have when you have nothing and you slowly grow it. That's why for me, if I was like, if you won the lottery, it's like, I kind of don't. I don't. It's like I want to do this slowly, very slowly.
Like the biggest thing that I'm doing now, I'm taking a whole year just learning taxes.
Yeah.
Right? Because
my weak point.
Right. Everyone's weak point, right? Like that's the main thing that we complain about, right? When we see our checks or when we have to, I would say, pay at the end of the year because we didn't pay enough into taxes, but yet we don't want to understand how it actually works, right? That's one thing I can learn from one thing I learned from my rich friends. They paid people to study the tax law. So when it came time to actually pay taxes, they was like, oh, that's a write-off. Oh, that's a deductible. Or if you put your money over here instead over here, you can save more of it. And it's like, well, why the fuck? I'm not learning that shit. You know what I mean?
Dude, and that's common knowledge. And I'm just as bad as because I haven't, but it's like I know I need to. It's
right.
But
understand the tax law.
The knowledge is out there, and it's probably free.
It's fucking free. It's on YouTube. Yeah. It's somewhere, right? Yeah. Like it's on these platforms that you have access to. So I'm taking a whole year out. I have a CPA that I hired as well. Had him for like 3 years, and he allows me to call him every day if I have a new tax question, because I am constantly trying to understand how I can keep more of my money, right? People don't understand a tax refund is just that. It's your money. They just held it for you. It's a refund on your money that you already paid.
Yeah.
Well, why the hell am I letting the government hold my money?
Mm-hmm.
I need my money, right? That's opportunity cost. I could be investing in stocks. I could buy a new car. You know what I mean? Like, but why am I letting the government hold my money and then be happy when they give me the freaking refund?
I mean, it's also, there's work. There's a work because you have to learn that stuff and you have to do it. Other than like, if you're single, you just mark a few boxes on TurboTax and you're done in an hour.
Right.
So there's a convenience thing that I think lures people, and it's lured me in the past. Like, I just want it, just go away.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot of work to learn, hours upon hours to learn it, then put it into practice. And again, me having a business now, and it's changing. Yeah, it's changing. Yeah, it's completely. It's like
you have to learn it.
Yeah.
But here's the beautiful thing about learning: no one can ever take that away from you.
Nope, it's in your head.
Right. No one can say you don't know the tax law.
Yeah.
You go, bullshit. Right? So, and that's what I think people need to get back to is learning things.
It's the blueprint. It's like giving yourself a house or having the blueprint how you built the house. Like, don't take what's in my mind. Yeah. Don't take what's in my mind, because you can make anything you want. You can grow $1 million business. You can lose it. But if you knew how you did it, you can grow it all again.
You can grow it all again.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching, you guys. If you appreciate the content,
like and subscribe.
Hey, class dismissed.